We're taking you to Miami Valley or Dayton, Ohio, and the surrounding areas. We started out at the Great Miami Riverway, where we found you can sleep on a tent on the Great Miami River. Boy, I'll tell you what an exciting adventure that would be. Also, some great food, dining options that we found. An old church has been converted to a brew house. And we had the opportunity to talk to David Webb about the Funk Center and their plans for getting a brick and mortars building so you can enjoy and learn about some of the great funk artists that came out of the Dayton market. Renee, what did you find?
Well, thanks, Mike. We've had so much fun in the Miami Valley area. Everything from sweet treats to glass art to distilleries, we found it all. I'm Renee Joseph, and along with Mike Kilburn, we are out and about Columbus.
Well, up in Troy, we found something great along the Great Miami Riverway. It's called Float Troy, and it's staying all night on one of these tents. We talked to Matt, and he told us more. Well, Matt, good to have you and Float Troy on the show.
Nice to be here.
You know, I looked at this concept, and this is really cool. So explain to our viewers what the floating tent project is. It's just cool.
Sure. So our floating tents are basically 8-foot by 8-foot square tents. They're empty inside. You go in, you sleep in them just like you do a regular tent. We give you a watercraft of some sort, be it a raft or a kayak or something to that effect, to get to and from. There's docks just around the corner. There's restrooms up on shore. You need to use a restroom or anything like that. And then check-in's 4 to 6 p.m. the night of your stay. Check-out is the morning of, anytime before 10 a.m. So during those hours, you're free to use your raft or kayak to go up and down river as far as you want, paddle around, enjoy the scenery. We've got a park just across the river. Our downtown's about a mile a walk away, so there's a lot of fun stuff to do in the area while you're here staying too.
Well, how do you book one of these?
On our website, float-troy.com.
Man, thanks so much, man. It's great learning about this.
Yep, thanks for having us.
Another great place we found here in the Troy area is Mueller Brew Barn, and we talked to Jess Nielsen about what you're going to find here. Well, Jess, good to have you and Mueller Brew Barn on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Tell us a little bit about this. Is pretty interesting. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, this was the first Lutheran church founded in 1912 in Troy, Ohio, and now it is Mueller Brew Barn, which we opened in August of 2019. We like to pride ourselves in offering the community fresh local craft beer, and we also have a full kitchen of wood-fired pizzas and really great appetizers. We always have 24 to 36 beers on tap, and we make all of them. You know, we try to honor all the history and the details. You'll see it in places as obvious as the stained glass windows, but we also have what we call a memory wall in the beginning of the entrance. And so if you got married here or you had your prom pictures taken here, you bring that photo in, we'll hang it on the wall. We like to say we know that there's a lot of stories and history that happened here, and we want to honor that.
Well, Jess, thanks so much for being on the show. Tell us when you're open and how we can learn more.
We're open Tuesday through Sunday, and weekend hours are longer, but weekdays 3 to 10.
Fantastic. Jess, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Well, Dan, tell us a little bit about the Great Miami Riverway.
Well, so today you visited the floating tents in the Mueller Brew Barn. It's located in Troy, Ohio. That's 10 communities on the Great Miami River. The Great Miami River is 99 miles of connected communities, paved trails, and connected river. It's a great place for everybody to come on over.
And where can we learn more about it?
GreatMiamiRiverway.com.
Fantastic. Dan, thanks so much.
If you're looking for a delicious ice cream treat made from the finest ingredients, you've got to check out Judys Creamery in Fairborn. Julie told us more about what makes their ice cream so special. Well, Julie, welcome down about Columbus. Thanks for having us out to Judys Creamery.
Yes, we're excited to have you guys here today.
Well, I can't think of anything better on a hot summer's day than coming in Judys. Tell us what you offer here.
Yeah, so we have a very wide menu. We kind of want to be that one-stop shop for everyone looking for ice cream. So we actually have 32 flavors of homemade premium scoop ice cream that we make in-house. And then we also offer soft custard. So a little bit of that premium soft serve. So we kind of hit both those ice cream categories, whatever you're looking for.
Well, tell us what makes you so unique.
Yeah, so again, we make all our ice cream here in-house. So we're dealing with super premium, ingredients. We source everything locally. We have a local dairy we partner with, and we also love to get the community involved. So we have a flavor contest every year for a birthday party. We're featuring one of those flavors that was a couple years ago that won as a seasonal, our pineapple upside down cake. And then on top of that, not only do we have seasonal flavors that we rotate out, but we also have junk from the trunk. So those are kind of fun buckets. Yeah, they're kind of fun buckets that we kind of carry. They rotate out about one every 3 to 4 weeks.
So what do you think you offer to the community as a local business versus a corporate ice cream shop?
Yeah, I think definitely, we want to be partners with the community. We have one of our values is celebrate our neighbors, and that's not just Fairborn, it's that greater Dayton area. This whole community's really embraced us when we opened 3 years ago, and so we try to give back as much as we can.
Well, how do we find out more about Judys Creamery?
Yeah, definitely. So our website, judyscreamery.com, it's got all our info. It also has our most updated menu with our most updated junk from the trunk flavors. Really, any social media you can find us, and always on our website.
Thank you so much for having us out today. We appreciate it.
We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, if you're wanting to get healthy, maybe you ought to stop by Glow Juice Bar and Cafe. We did and learned about some of the great products that they have here that's great for your health. Well, Amy, good to be at Glow Juice Bar and Cafe.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about the products that you offer here.
So here we are exclusively vegan and gluten-free. We even make our own in-house cashew milk. We do cold pressing as opposed to traditional juicing because it helps hold on to those nutrients a little bit longer.
I was looking at the menu, and I know a lot of the commercial chains sell smoothies. This is a different experience here, right?
Yes, so everything we do here is from scratch. You can watch us make your smoothie. It's whole fruits and veggies going into a blender with our house-made cashew milk, yogurt. So you're definitely getting a healthy smoothie here. There's no added sugars or dyes. I feel like nature sweetens up our product well enough on its own.
So what are some of the health benefits of that?
So, with the juice, you get those micronutrients. With a smoothie, it's basically like a meal in a cup here. You get those protein, fibers, and fats too.
And does it promote good energy and things like that? You always wonder about some of the health products.
I definitely think it promotes good energy as far as like your brain health, your heart health, and for sure your gut health.
Is it good to do this if you're working on a workout plan or something like that?
It's good to even treat yourself with it too. I think fresh fruit and vegetables taste amazing year round. So, or even if you wanted to come here and indulge a little bit, we have like protein brownies, smoothies and smoothie bowls. We have different types of pastas. We even make our in-house vegan ice cream as well.
Well, give us some contact information where we can find you here on Brown Street.
Okay, so we're located at 1120 Brown Street in Dayton, and we're open 7 days a week, 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
Do you have a website?
Yes, it's glowdayton.com.
Fantastic. Amy, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks for coming. Thank you.
Like the Out and About Facebook page for pictures, video, and more on the show, including news on upcoming shows and even exclusive behind-the-scenes content. That's facebook.com/outandaboutcolumbus.
Beauvoir Reardon Studios, located in Middletown, Ohio, is the oldest continuously operating stained glass studio in the U.S. You can come and take a tour. Well, Jay, welcome to Out and About Columbus, and thank you for having us out to Beauvoir Reardon Studios.
Thanks, Renee.
Well, tell us about a little bit about the history of the company.
We started Beauvoir in '83. I was asked to help a competitor, which was Reardon, because the owner was quite ill. They asked, is there any way we could merge the studios? The studio is from 1838. It's the oldest continually operating studio in the United States. And here we are today.
What all can we do when we come visit you?
There's a ton to do. The thought behind it was while you were waiting for a table, you could take a glass of wine and maybe walk around the stained glass studio gallery and also go in the boutique and not leave the building.
Well, tell us what all goes into making a stained glass window.
First thing is the glass. I mean, we buy glass from all over the world. I've probably got 40,000 pounds of glass in the building here. I taught class, and I always taught that an artist is only as good as their palette, meaning if you only have a shoebox full of glass, you could be the best artist in the world, but there's not a lot you could do with it.
Jay, tell us about this beautiful piece of work.
The way stained glass was invented and came about was to teach the peasants the Bible stories. And most of the peasants at that time were illiterate, and yet they would come in, and then this would explain, this is actually Melchizedek's blessing Abram. And that's basically how stained glass came about.
How do we find out more information about Beauvoir Reardon Studios?
We have a website. It's beauvoir.net. We're also on Facebook. And we're hoping that this is going to give us a great amount of exposure.
Well, Jay, thank you so much for having us out today and showing off your beautiful studios.
Well, K12 Gallery in Tejas offers educational programs from everything from teenagers to adults. One of their most popular programs is glass blowing, and we're in that studio right now. But we learn more about all the programs and how this got started from Aaron Dix. Well, Aaron, good to have you and K12 Gallery in Tejas on the show.
Thank you for having me on.
Tell me a little bit about K12 Gallery in Tejas.
So K12 Gallery in Tejas is a visual arts center. We cater to just about everyone in the area, from kids to teens to adults. We also cater a lot to people who are at risk or in the juvenile court system or in the court system of any kind. We want K12 to be an opening and inviting place to anyone, no matter where you come from, what your background is, what your circumstance or income.
How did this get started? How did this project? This is very unique.
It is. Our owner, Jerry Stanners, she got started with K12 about 20 years ago. We started in the Oregon district and then very slowly worked our way over to 3rd Street and now to this giant warehouse we've acquired.
So what is the impact of the community?
So something that we do a lot at K12 is murals, and over the past 20 years of operation, we have produced around 99,000 square feet of mural art throughout the city and the Dayton metropolitan area, everywhere from like public spaces to private areas like hospitals or schools or rehabilitation centers.
Is that right? That's really cool. Who is this program open to?
It's open to just about anyone. Kids, teens, adults. We have classes for everyone, about 400 here on site actually, ranging from about like Monday to Saturday typically, all throughout the year.
So Aaron, give us some contact information where we can learn more about K12 Gallery in Tejas.
Well, you can give us a call directly, or you can visit us on our website, www.k12tejasgallery.org.
Fantastic. Aaron, thanks so much for being on the show. Well, it's believed there's only 30 of these left in existence, and we found one of them in Dayton, Ohio. We're going to show you that museum coming up straight ahead.
One reason to visit Miami Valley is the upcoming Miami County Fair. They have a ton of things coming up. We talked with Nick, who told us more. Well, Nick, thanks for having us out. Welcome to Out and About Columbus. It's a pleasure to be here at the Miami County Fairgrounds to talk about the fair.
Well, thank you for stopping out today. We really appreciate it.
Well, tell us all about the highlights for the fair this year for 2021.
Okay, so this year we've got entertainment every night. Friday night we are going to have a small parade that honors our first responders and some different agricultural displays and announce our fair royalty winners that night. That's going to be following our veterans program. So Friday is Veterans Day also. And then once all those activities complete that night, we'll conclude the evening with a laser light show. And of course, the midway will be open till midnight. We have a truck and tractor pull on Saturday. On Sunday, we'll have a rodeo and a concert in the stadium area. Harness racing on Monday and Tuesday nights. Wednesday night, a demolition derby. And then Thursday night, we're going to finish up with Jeremy Camp in concert.
Do you have anything new this year at the fair?
One of the new exhibits that we have is the All-American Petting Zoo will be here. They also have pig races included with their display, pony rides. We haven't had a big concert for a few years, so we're real excited to have Jeremy Camp coming on Thursday night. Also, the rodeo. This will be a return of the rodeo. We haven't had one for years here, so Sunday night we're going to have a rodeo here, and we get to follow that with another concert with Nashville Crush. So we're pretty excited about that too.
How do we find out more information?
The best way is probably to go to our website. It's miamicountyohiofair.com. There's also contact information available there if you'd like to call by phone.
Wonderful. Again, Nick, thank you so much for sharing this great information for all of our viewers.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for being here today.
British cars have a long history and a lot of different makes and models, and they're all under one roof here at the British Transportation Museum. We had an opportunity to stop by, check out the museum, and you won't be disappointed if you come over and take a look at this. We talked to Peter, he told us more. Well, Pete, good to have you and the British Transportation Museum on the show.
Well, thanks for coming and visit with us. Yeah.
It's amazing to walk through here. It's some really beautiful cars. So tell us a little bit about the British Transportation Museum.
Well, we're a 501c3 nonprofit, all volunteer. That's kind of important. No rich guys funding this at all. So currently we have 58 cars, and ranging from 1936 to the newest being 2006.
I know you got the cars, but I also see some motorcycles here as well.
Yeah, that just got loaned to us, BSA Lightning, and then in back there's a BSA Thunderbolt being restored, and it'll soon be on display. So yeah, we welcome more motorcycles to the collection.
So when people come to visit, what is probably the most unique piece that is in the museum right now?
Well, we have a couple that are pretty rare. We have a 1936 Austin 20 Mayfair limousine, supposedly only 11 in existence, 9 of them in England, 1 in Australia, and we have the only one in the Americas. And then we have a Ford Council, supposedly only 30 of those left, and we just read that only 10 were imported to the U.S.
Well, give us some contact information where we can learn more about the British Transportation Museum and send some folks your way from Columbus.
Super. Yeah, we're here at 321 Hopeland Street in Dayton. We're on the web, BritishTransportationMuseum.org, and we also have a Facebook page. We try and keep that updated, the current things going on. So that's us. And want to contact by phone, 937-546-0039.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for sharing this collection with us today, P. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out, yeah.
Want to be on the show? Reach out to us at info@outandaboutcolumbus.com.
There's lots to do here in Middletown, and one of the great things that we visited is White Dog Distilling Company. They've just released one of their newest bourbons. It's a great place, friendly people. You're going to love it. We talked with Mike, and he told us all about his bar and his distillery. Well, Mike, welcome to Out and About Columbus, and thank you for having us out to White Dog Distilling Company.
Well, we're glad to have you here. Hopefully we can tell you a little bit about White Dog Distilling.
Well, that's what we want to hear. What an adorable place you have here. Tell us all about your distilling company.
Well, I started back in 2018. I had a passion for trying to make liquor. I went on the bourbon trail, and I was just fascinated with it. So ended up here in Middletown making some of the clearer spirits, and then also we got into some of the bourbons.
Now you can come here, try them out. Tell us about your bar.
Well, it's interesting. I never thought I'd own a bar, but it was already here, and we remodeled it. So we have a lot of fun with it. We've kind of made it a bourbon bar. I have a lot of bourbon selection. But we also have an outdoor venue where we have a patio out back. We play live music on the weekends. We get food trucks in here and things like that.
What are we going to find when we come here with the bourbons? Can we find them anywhere else, or do we strictly come here to get them?
Right now, they just introduced these in March, and they're just now getting into some of the liquor stores. State of Ohio is a little bit different about how they put things in the store. So they let us choose 10 stores to begin with. So I chose some around here, but there are some up in Columbus. Actually have it in Marion, Ohio, and their liquor store there, and in Giant Eagle in Gahanna. So it's starting to get around, but most of it's local here, and you can always purchase it in here.
Well, how do we find out more information about White Dog Distilling Company?
Well, you can go to, we do have a Facebook page where we update it daily with things that are going on around here as far as the music that we have. We also have a website that you can go to, whitedogdistillingcompany.com.
Mike, thank you so much for taking the time with us today. I love this place.
Well, I'm glad that you're here.
Coming up next, we've talked to up-and-coming country music star Julia Neville. Coming up straight ahead. Well, Julia, good to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I've kind of followed some of your music and what you're doing, and it looks like you're one of those people that are going places. I've done a ton of country stars, needless to say. So tell me a little bit about how you got started and where you're going and where things are for you now.
Okay. Actually, I was on my way to Nashville a long time ago, and my stepfather passed away of cancer, and so I drove back home and didn't look back. And then my husband and I got married, and he was begging me. He's like, let's start. Let's do this. You got a gift from God. Let's just use it and share it with the world.
So where are you mostly playing local around Ohio, or are you traveling the country, or what are you doing?
So we travel a little bit, yeah. So we've done like Michigan. We're going to be doing Michigan next month. So we're getting out a little bit more, but mostly Ohio, because I want to bring Nashville to Ohio.
and so behind us is a stage that's being built. This is a part of your adventure park in the Hocking Hills. Tell us a little bit about what the plans are for that.
So we just want to have shows. We want to have tailgate parties. We want to just have people have something to do here in Hocking Hills other than, staying in a cabin.
Are you doing anything in terms of, you're writing all original material, right? So what are you doing in terms of recording it and getting it out there and letting people hear it?
Yeah, so I am actually working with Ben Isaacs right now. He's going to be producing my next album. I've got 4 songs, working on another one that I just wrote. We're working on the tune and all that good stuff right now. So yeah, I'll be having some new music out soon.
That'll be great. So if people want to find you or book you, how would they do that?
So you can go to julianeville.com or Julia Neville Music on Facebook and Julia Neville Sings on Instagram.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to seeing you out, playing music, and enjoying some of the great stuff that you're doing. Because, like I said, several friends of mine have heard you. They say you do a great job, and they really enjoy your music. So here's to a great future, right?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being on the show. Well, there's always that familiar place that you love that's a great gathering place in a neighborhood, and the neighborhood's Huber Heights. And if you visit Dayton, you want to visit this place. It's called the Brick Tap Tavern. We talked to Holly, and she told us more about what you're going to find here and what the future plans are. Well, Holly, good to have you and the Brick Tap Tavern on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So give us a little history of the restaurant and bar.
Well, this space has been essentially a bar venue since the inception of this plaza. Most recently, the 3 couples that own this facility, we bought it in 2017. We reopened it under the name of Brick Tap Tavern. The whole idea of this bar is that we wanted to provide a clean, safe environment for folks to come in and have fun. We joke that it's a place where you could have your mother come with you and your grandmother and just have a good time, enjoy live music. We have a kitchen, so good food. And we feel like there's something for everybody.
Now, what's surprising, and I'll say this, is when we were on the outside looking in, it didn't look that big, and we walk in, this place was huge.
Yeah, we get that a lot. It's, when people drive up and they see this corner bar in a plaza, they're like, and then they walk in and they're pleasantly surprised. It's actually a lot bigger and a little more behind it than you would expect.
Yeah, no question. Well, let's talk a little bit about the future plans for the place.
Well, we're going to continue our live entertainment. We just recently got our Sunday liquor license, so we're going to start on Sunday, serving alcohol on Sundays also and being open.
Give us some contact information and where we can learn more and find you.
Yeah. So, we're located at 7113 Taylorsville Road in Huber Heights, Ohio. Phone number is 937-221-8787. And you can get us on our Facebook. We're on Facebook, of course. And then our website is www.bricktapandtavern.com.
Fantastic. Holly, thanks so much for being on the show. It's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you. Well, there's always a great breakfast or lunch at the Butter Cafe on Brown Street, just down from UD. And some of the meals they have is amazing. And while you're here, you can even check out some artwork. We learned more from Amy and Amber. Well, Amy, good to be at the Butter Cafe. Thanks for being on the show. Thank you. And Amber, good to have you on the show. Amy, let's talk a little bit about your menu here.
Okay. So everything that we do here is locally sourced, especially when it's available during off-season. It's a little bit difficult. The quality of our food is really important, so we choose the very best cuts of our meats, our eggs, our cheeses, our produce as well too. So we are really well known for our jelly donut pancakes. So it's a raspberry pastry filling that we make in-house, and that is our house glaze. This is our huevo rancheros. Again, this could be made vegan with the just egg. Our burgers are also amazing as well here too. So we do all breakfast and lunch. We're open just in the morning and the afternoon. And you can pretty much make anything on our menu vegan as well. So for example, if we have like eggs and you wanted to do an omelet or a scramble, you would just substitute it with the just egg product.
Well, the thing that's unique is, and I'm going to turn to Amber for this question. Amber, I couldn't help but notice all the artwork on the walls when I walked in. What's that about?
That's a lot of our local artists.
And so the artwork's for sale?
Yes, totally for sale. It's up to grabs. We probably sell maybe throughout the week, 4 or 5 a week. So it's constantly replacing itself and recycling through.
That's cool. So you come in and get a great meal, either lunch or breakfast, and look at some great artwork. Well, give us some contact information where we can find the Butter Cafe.
The Butter Cafe is here on Brown Street. It's 1106 Brown Street. So it's not too far from most of the surrounding area.
And what are your hours here?
Our hours are Monday through Friday from 9 to 2. And then Saturdays and Sundays we're open from 9 to 3.
Great. Well, I'll tell you, fresh food, right? Great artwork. It's got to be a great place to come and eat. Thanks so much for being on the show. Well, you may not know the names like Heat Wave or the Ohio Players or Lakeside, but I can guarantee you've heard their music and you've danced their music. And so we want to pay homage to their life, their legacy, the music that they've created. So we talked to David Webb. He is putting together one of the biggest attractions that will ever come to Ohio. It's the Funk Hall of Fame, because Dayton is the heartbeat of funk music. Well, David, good to have you and the Funk Hall of Fame on the show.
Thank you, thank you. We're very proud. The Funk Center, we are very proud to be here speaking with you, Mike, because you're a legend here in Dayton, Ohio.
Well, you know what's amazing to me is I'm a huge fan of funk music.
Yes.
So what was your motivation, I guess, to put something like this together?
That's a great question, Mike. One of the motivation is our goal and mission was to educate our public's knowledge in the history of funk music on the one, as James Brown says, the genre of funk music collective of soul, the rhythm, and gift for our young people, generations YZX, the millennials, they needed to buy funk music. So my goal and heart was into making funk music a priority in Dayton, Ohio, because a lot of these funk stars was not getting recognized. So when I started 15 years ago or so, I came up with some people who were volunteers who wanted to make this happen. And right now, the Funk Center is moving and doing good right now.
Give our viewers a vision of what you see when you're able to get back into a brick and mortar facility. What will it be like?
Oh, it's tremendous. Our education is key. Educating the kids, that's more big thing. People, we'll have food venues. We're going to have like concert hall venues. We want to make people feel great. We want to mirror ourselves like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but be even better than the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's our goal and mission. You know, like I said, it's a purpose, and it's a tribute to these hardworking funk stars who never got the tribute.
Well, we want to help that make that happen for you, and I know you got a GoFundMe page.
Yes.
So to move this thing down the road, how do we contribute? How do we help out? How do we make this happen?
Yes, please go to our website. We are 501c3. Any $5, $2, $3, $10, $100, whatever possible that you can give to make this dream come true for me. You can go to our website, thefunkcenter.org, thefunkcenter.org, and make a pledge. Plant a seed to help us make this happen.
No question. And then we'll make Ohio the mecca of music. Between the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Funk Center, we'll have it all. And David, pleasure having you on your show. Thanks so much, and best of luck to you in the future. And you know we're behind you. It's time to get out and enjoy the weather. We will show you the best places to visit this season, whether it's food, history, or just great family fun. We take you there.